Hey, what's up guys? It's Sports Splits here, and we're back with another NFL video. Before I get into it, I'm going to give some quick credit to Broshmo for this video idea. He does a lot of these on his channel. It's called Mock the Mock, where basically you just react to another creator's mock draft. Basically give your opinions on it, see if you agree with it, see if you don't agree with it, that type of thing. I thought it was a great idea. Since I'm doing a lot of mock drafts this season as well, I figured this would be, a good thing to start doing. So I am going to leave a link to Broshmo's channel in the description below. Make sure to check him out if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you guys watching this are probably already subscribed to him, if we're being honest. But if you're not, make sure to go subscribe to him. He's an awesome creator. Love his videos. Been watching him for a few years, so yeah, definitely check him out. But let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to be reacting to CBS Sports mock draft by Josh Edwards. You can see at the top there. So let's get into it. So for round one, they have the Lions pick with Kayvon Thibodeaux. I mean, it's really got to be either him or Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, for me, I think we're in territory where Aiden Hutchinson is kind of past Kayvon Thibodeaux. So, I mean, I would probably take him right there, but this isn't a bad pick by any means. So, then going down to pick 2, we have the Jaguars taking Evan Neal from Alabama. This, honestly, is another good pick. I mean, the Jaguars have questions on their offensive line. We're not sure how confident they are with Cam Robinson going forward. I feel like he's a solid left tackle, but not really a guy you want to keep as your franchise left tackle. But where there is, guys like Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley, really guys like that still on the board, I'm not sure the Jaguars would want to pass up on that. So, going to pick 3, we have Aiden Hutchinson coming off the board. Texans need to replace J.J. Watt. I do feel actually like Aiden Hutchinson is a very similar type of player to J.J. Watt. His get off on the line is really quick. He's a really powerful edge rusher as well. Solid in run defense. He really reminds me a lot of a J.J. Watt type of player. So, good pick. I feel like he's a good replacement there. So, I do like that pick a lot. Then we have, for the Jets, Derek Stingley. Their defense hasn't been what we expected this year. I mean, for a Robert Saleh coached defense, you would really expect it to be a lot better. And really, they just don't have the personnel. I'm not a fan of their corners. Their secondary is probably going to get even worse because they're probably going to lose Marcus May in free agency this next year. So they've just got a lot of holes there in the secondary, and I think this is a great pick. Their next pick is George Karlaftis. I'll be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of this pick. I like Karlaftis, okay? Don't get me wrong. I like him a lot. But I feel like for the Jets, I feel like it'd be more important to try to replace Marcus May. And I think the best way to do so would be by getting the safety Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame. I feel like he'd be the best next pick for them. I really feel like the Jets' D-line is actually pretty solid, if we're being honest. I mean, really, as soon as Carl Lawson gets healthy for next year, he will be a big impact on that D-line. So, I mean, I guess it really depends on if you're drafting more for need or best player available or just value. But really here, I probably would go Kyle Hamilton. Then we have the Giants with their sixth pick taking Akeem Ekwonu. I think it's a great pick. I love this pick. The Giants really need to fix their offensive line. I have no issue with this pick. However, I do personally look at Akeem Ekwonu as more of like, okay, he could definitely be a left tackle in the NFL. Okay, he'd be solid there. But I'll be honest, I've seen his tape at left guard, and he is dominant. Like, we're talking like Quentin Nilsson level dominant. I think if they were to take him, they'd have a franchise guard and probably a superstar level left guard right there. So if that's what you're looking more for, that'd be awesome. But I do also think he could be a franchise left tackle as well. It just kind of depends on wherever you want to put him. Then pick 7, the Giants are taking Kyle Hamilton, and not a fan of that pick. I don't feel like the Giants, excuse me, I don't feel like the Giants really truly need a lot of secondary help. I mean, in the secondary, or I guess safety specifically, they've got Logan Ryan as well as Jabril Peppers, and they also have Xavier McKinney, who they drafted 2 years ago, I believe, who has started to really come along nicely. I don't like this pick at all. I feel like it's unnecessary. If you have a pick this high, if there's not a guy right here that you love enough, you could honestly trade back and get even more picks. Or honestly, even double up on offensive linemen. I'm not a fan of this pick for the Giants. Then we have for the Falcons Kenny Pickett. Not a fan of this either. I'm not necessarily opposed to replacing Matt Ryan, but Kenny Pickett really isn't my number one quarterback in this draft. I do like his upside. I like his potential. But really, my top 2 quarterbacks in this draft are Malik Willis and Matt Corral are kind of 1A and 1B. I like Malik Willis's upside more, but Matt Corral, I believe, is more ready than Willis. And then I'd put Kenny Pickett beneath them. So I don't like it this early. I feel like the Falcons could honestly either trade back and take him a few spots later, or honestly take one of these good defensive players to fix their defense, because they've got a lot of defensive issues. So not a huge fan of Pickett at 8, but again, if they were to trade back a few spots, I wouldn't be super opposed to it. Then 9, the Carolina Panthers are taking Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. I like the pick. Charles Cross is, watching his tape, I've never seen anything there that completely wows me. I feel like he has a pretty weak anchor. Like I think he truly needs to get a little bit more powerful. He tends to get blown back into the quarterback more than I'd like. But he's solid. Like he's not the guy that's going to be allowing a ton of pressures or sacks. Yeah, and I know the Panthers need all the offensive line help they can get. So I'm not mad at this pick, but I feel like Charles Cross has a lot to work on before he'd be fully ready, if you ask me. Then at number 10, this is a shocker. The Minnesota Vikings are taking Matt Corral. So first thing, yeah, Mike Zimmer is probably going to be fired after the season. Okay, so they're going to be having a new head coach, probably a whole new coaching staff. Because when you bring in a new head coach, they want to bring in their own staff. That's how it usually works. I'm not sure replacing Kirk Cousins this year is necessarily the right thing. I mean, I do like Matt Corral, but I'm just not sure this is how early you want to replace Kirk Cousins. I guess Kirk Cousins is a free agent through the 2022 season. So if you want to just ride with Cousins through the 2022 season, then start Matt Corral in 2023. That wouldn't be a bad pick. I like Matt Corral's mobility a lot more than Cousins. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad pick. I feel like there are a few other spots the Vikings could fix, but that is also something they could fix in free agency. So yeah, this is a pretty solid pick. Then at number 11, the Saints are taking Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. I like the pick. I absolutely think the Saints need to take receiver. I have mostly mocked Chris Olave to go to them. I feel like he would be a better replacement for Michael Thomas if Michael Thomas doesn't, if he doesn't end up staying. There's been a lot of rumors that he's not happy in New Orleans. I know he's been injured a ton the last 2 years, but it sounds like he just doesn't want to play there anymore either. So really, whether he plays or not, they're going to need receiver help. So I'm not mad at them getting Garrett Wilson. I feel like he'd be a good replacement there. Yeah, definitely a good weapon for Jameis Winston, or really whoever ends up playing for them next year. There have been rumors that they are interested in Russell Wilson, so that would be something to watch. Pick 12, we have the Eagles taking Devin Lloyd out of Utah. I love this pick. Okay, I think Devin Lloyd is definitely the best linebacker in the draft. I love his potential. He can cover, he can stop the run, he can rush the passer. He's got it all, honestly. He's an awesome player. Eagles really need help at linebacker. I think this would be a home run pick. Then at number 13, they are taking Jameson Williams out of Alabama. I also think they could use more receiver help. I mean, obviously, their receiver that they drafted 2 years ago, Jalen Reagor, he hasn't really been working out at all. He just hasn't been playing well at all, and I feel like getting Jameson Williams would really be a good replacement for him. Get another weapon for Jalen Hurts. I still believe in Jalen Hurts. I still think he's the guy for Philly. I really do. I don't quite understand all the hate around him, but I definitely think this would be a great pick for the Eagles here. At number 14, we have Nakobe Dean going to the Broncos. I'm not sure I really love this pick. Now, I know Von Miller is gone, so there is kind of a hole there. But Broncos fans are 100% not going to want to watch Teddy Bridgewater again next year. So, if the Broncos want to sell tickets, they have to either trade for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, or Russell Wilson, or they need to get one of these high-end quarterbacks in the draft. In my last draft, had them trading for Aaron Rodgers, so the Packers are picking here. I've also had Malik Willis going to the Broncos, which I feel like would be a solid fit. I'm just not sure I'm a big fan of this pick. I feel like the Broncos just absolutely have to figure out their quarterback situation. So, not a big fan of that one. At pick 15, we have the Raiders going with Chris Olave from Ohio State. Olave overall is my wide receiver 1 in this class. I feel like he is just really dominant. This makes a little bit of sense with Henry Ruggs' issue, plus Deshaun Jackson. I'm not sure how much longer he's going to stay. But if we're being completely honest, the Raiders need more defensive help. I mean, there's at least one hole at every level, D-line, linebacker, and secondary. I mean, I love Denzel Perriman in the middle of that defense. I mean, he's a great tackler. He can stop the run at a high level. But there's not really a great linebacker beside him. They need help at D-line. I mean, other than Max Crosby and Yannick Ngakoue, there's nothing really there on the interior. So I would have really liked to see them get, I believe his name is Jordan Davis from Georgia, the big boy there. He can eat up the run. I'd like to see him get someone like that, or even a guy like Ahmad Gardner or Kyrie Lam for the secondary. I feel like there's just other areas the Raiders should attack here. 16, we have the Browns taking Tyler Linderbaum. And I'll be completely honest here. Linderbaum is my favorite offensive lineman in this draft. He is just absolutely dominant as a center. I've studied a ton of his film. I love his mechanics. I know he might be a little bit small. I bet he'll probably put on 10, 15 pounds before the start of his rookie year. But he is going to be a stud in the NFL. Whether it's at center or guard, he is going to be really good. So he is my favorite offensive lineman in this draft. I don't really feel like the Browns need offensive line. I feel like they could use a little bit more secondary help. Really, I think we're almost getting into a point where we can consider talking about replacing Baker Mayfield. I'm not sure really anymore if he's that guy. With Odell Beckham Jr. gone, Jarvis Landry really hasn't done a whole lot either, so you could really, really consider wide receiver right here. So, again, I don't know. I'm someone that really likes to draft for need rather than necessarily best player available. So I'm not sure I'm in love with this pick, but if they get him, the Browns O-line is going to be completely unstoppable. So 17, we have the Eagles taking Kenyon Green, another really, really solid interior offensive lineman. He looked really, really good at guard. I know some of his film has been at left tackle, and it's been kind of confusing whether some people think he's a guard or tackle. I think he should stay at guard. I think he's a really, really good guard. Great in run blocking, but solid in pass blocking as well. I don't feel like his future in the NFL is at tackle. But yeah, you slide him in at really either guard position, and he can be an immediate starter and immediate help for your offensive line. Then at pick 18, we have the Steelers taking offensive lineman Trevor Penning. Steelers need O-line help, okay? We saw that Thursday night against the Vikings, okay? That was very, very evident. I feel like they really reached for Penning, though. I feel like a guy like Petit Ferrer would be a better pick right here. I feel like Penning is a little bit of a reach. They could honestly also take quarterback right here. Really assuming they don't go all in on like Aaron Rodgers, Wilson, or Deshaun Watson. There's also been a lot of rumors that they're really interested in Kenny Pickett, so this is a spot they could definitely take Kenny Pickett. Yeah, I like Trevor Penning more at the back end of the first round, or maybe earlier on in the second round. I feel like this is definitely reaching for Pittsburgh. So, 19, we have Trayvon Walker going to the Miami Dolphins. I don't dislike this pick. they could definitely use some help on their D line. Though, I honestly prefer Jordan Davis, who's also from Georgia. You know, it's kind of funny how the top two tackles are from Georgia. Yeah, I feel like really he'd go a lot better in Miami than Trayvon Walker, but I'm not mad at this pick. This is a solid pick. At number 20, interesting pick here. We have the Washington football team taking Malik Willis. I like this pick. I like this pick a lot. Like I said, Malik Willis and Matt Corral are kind of my 1A and 1B quarterbacks. I mean, Malik Willis has a much higher upside, but isn't quite as ready as Matt Corral is. I do like Taylor Heineke. I do a lot. I feel like he's a tough, really motivated quarterback. He's good at extending plays. So it'd be interesting to see what Washington does with this. If they do this, are they going to immediately name Willis the starter, or are they going to have Taylor Heineke play until he proves that he can't play? This is going to be more of an open competition. I don't know. But I do like this pick for Washington. I feel like he would be a really good fit for them. 21, we have the Bills taking Ahmad Gardner. I think this is a solid pick. I really like Ahmad Gardner. Where the Bills kind of need help opposite of Tre'Davious White, this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, not really a whole lot to say about that. I like Gardner. Then we have Trent McDuffie. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of this. I'd like to see them wait a little bit for getting Trent McDuffie. I'm a bigger fan of Kyrie Elam right here. I know the Bengals really need cornerback help. That's pretty evident. I think Kyrie Elam would be a much better fit, as well as just a better player, in my opinion. Then we have the Chargers finally taking Jordan Davis. I mean, yeah, Chargers need help on the interior D-line. I feel like this is pretty late for Jordan Davis to go. I feel like there's a chance he could go in the top 12, if we're being honest. So absolute steal for the Chargers. I love the big boy Jordan Davis. 6'6", 330 pounds. He is going to eat up blocks in the NFL. Then the Lions again are going to get Treylon Burks at wide receiver. 6'3", 225. I like this pick. I mean, Lions could definitely use some receiver help. This is another spot that really the Lions could take about anybody and it'd help their team. So it kind of just depends on, like, this, where the Lions are so much of a rebuild team right now. Yeah, take best player available. I mean, they don't have any one position that is really great, if we're being honest. So yeah, that'd be a great pick for him. 25, we have the Cowboys taking D-line Logan Hall. I like that pick. Cowboys could definitely use some interior D-line help. They've had a lot of injuries along the D-line the past couple years. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a solid pick. Then the Chiefs are getting Jahan Dotson at wide receiver. It's kind of been the Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce show. I feel like Mecole Hardman hasn't really come along the way they want. Obviously, Sammy Watkins didn't really work out the way they wanted. So yeah, I feel like this would be a solid pick for them. I'm trying to think if there's any other really good receivers that are still available. Because Burks is gone. I don't think Chris Olave has been picked yet, actually. I could be mistaken. But if Chris Olave is still on the board, you've got to go with Olave. I 100% think he's better than Dotson right here. So yeah, I would take him over Dotson, but not a bad pick. Then the Ravens taking Darian Kennard at tackle, 6'5", 345. I feel like it's a solid pick. The Ravens' offensive line has really struggled this year, if we're being honest. Especially at the tackle position. Alejandro Villanueva is not that guy. He's looked terrible this year. He's completely washed up. This has to be his last year in the NFL. He has not looked good this year. So I feel like this is a good pick for the Ravens. Then we have the Bucks getting Darion Kendrick. They need secondary help, whether it's another corner opposite of Jamel Dean or Carlton Davis, or whether it be a safety opposite of Antoine Winfield. So yeah, this is a great pick for the Bucks. They just really need more secondary help. On a side note, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they end up getting Marcus May in free agency. So that could also really affect what they're going to do in the draft. So that's something to really keep an eye on. At 29, we have Drake London going to the Titans. I like Drake London. I think he's solid. But again, I don't think Chris Olave has gone off the board. I'm not sure why CBS isn't a fan of Chris Olave. So I just remembered Chris Olave went to the Raiders in this draft. So completely ignore what I just said. The Chiefs pick was solid. Chris Olave wasn't on the board. Still isn't for the Titans right here. So this isn't a bad pick. I don't know why I was thinking Olave was still on the board, but yeah, I do like Drake London. He's a taller receiver, 6'5", 210. I mean, he's going to be an absolute huge red zone threat. That's a team you really got to watch out for. I mean, when Derrick Henry comes back healthy, and still having A.J. Brown and Julio Jones and adding Drake London there in the red zone, teams aren't going to stop that in the red zone. So that'd be fun to watch. Then we have the Packers taking David Ojabo at linebacker. I mean, I really like Ojabo as well. I feel like this is I feel like Ojabo really could go in the top 20, so definitely great value here for the Packers. I like the pick. Not much more to say about that. Then we have the Patriots going Roger McCreary at corner. I like Roger McCreary a lot. I feel like they're going to re-sign J.C. Jackson. I know a lot of people have had the idea that they're not going to, especially since they let Gilmore go, especially for so little. I personally think they'll re-sign J.C. Jackson, but even taking Roger McCreary to go on the opposite side, that New England defense will just continue getting better and better and better. Like, it is the best defense in the NFL. That's going to be scary. So at number 32, we have the Cardinals getting Drake Jackson at linebacker. He's really an edge rusher. He's an edge rushing linebacker. This would be a good pick where where they did have to let Hassan Reddick go. Obviously, Chandler Jones is getting older, had some injury concerns. We're not sure what level he's still going to be playing at. I like this pick for the Cardinals. Yeah, I feel like this would be awesome for them. But yeah, this is my first Mock the Mock. Let me know your opinions on it. Again, guys, make sure to go drop a sub to Broshmo. I've seen so many of his Mock the Mock videos. They're always really interesting to see. So yeah, make sure to go check him out. Drop him a sub if you haven't already. And also be sure to subscribe to me. We're only 8 subs away from 750. That's a big goal. So I'll see you next time. Later.